Hey guys, welcome back to Harmon Homestead. Today we are planting tomatoes in plastic containers. They are not 5-gallon buckets. These are plastic urns that I found last week, planting urns, and I think they will look really pretty, so come along with us and see what we've got going on. Okay guys, so these right here are our urns, and the bottom actually comes off from the top. I think that's awesome. The only thing is we added drainage holes all around the bottom, and this is a good size container here, and I think it will do just fine for our tomatoes. So I've got some potting mix here mixed in with dirt. Mix it up just a little bit more. So that looks good. And that's actually in the top of one of the other containers. So this is, our drainage holes are so small, I'm not adding any rocks to this. I think it'll be just fine. Just fill this up. I'm trying to mix it as I go, so. Again, when you think about the urn, and these actually lock, that's why I'm spinning it. It is vertical gardening. So this will not damage a deck since it's sitting up, and you have drainage holes all along the bottom. The water will run down. It's not sitting in a pool of water. So I think these are great. We are going to try tomato plants in these, and we will see how they do. It's a little bit early for where we're at, Zone 7B, to be planting tomatoes. You can, but I like to wait until after April the 15th. But these little transplants I've got, I started February the 17th indoors. And guys, they are monsters. I mean, they are huge. So we've got to get them in the ground. We have got to. But again, I love the vertical gardening. I love anything I can do to have something at my back door that I can monitor and see how it's growing, see how it's going. You have less pest pressure than in ground. Now, the plants you have in vertical containers may not get as large as they would if they were in ground. But, hey, we're going to try it. So we're almost done here. I think it's pretty well mixed up. This is Kellogg Garden Organics, Organic Plus Raised Bed Potting Soil. This is great to me. I've used several different brands. I really like this brand. It just seems to do better for us. So, especially mixing this. We have clay soil where we live. And this potting mix, it just seems to work well with the clay. I don't know if you can see that right there in the camera, but it just, you know, once you get it all mixed in, I mean, that's some healthy stuff right there. That's good stuff, guys. I like it. It's lightweight. It's got perlite in it. We made our own seed starting mix last night for the first time. I had read a recipe online that said 1/3 of peat moss, 1/3 of vermiculite, which is like worm castings kind of, and 1/3 of perlite. That did not work for us. We ended up with about, I'm gonna say 4 parts peat moss, 1 part vermiculite, and 1 part perlite. Perlite is the little white beads you see in potting mix. So they're very light, airy. That's what you want. Okay, we're almost there. I'm just kind of mixing up as I go. I mean, this is good stuff. All right. Now, we do not save seeds necessarily because we have so many varieties that we're still experimenting with here on the homestead, and I like all the different varieties. There's nothing wrong with seed saving. In fact, I would encourage you to do it, but right now we are just not to the point of seed saving because all of these things will cross-pollinate. it would be great if you could plant 50 different types of tomatoes and then save the seeds, but you can't because they'll all pollinate with each other. And that's not what you want. Okay, so we've got that there. I'm just gonna mix this in some more. See how light and airy that is, guys. This is premium. All right. I like to mix a little dirt in with my potting mix because it just does better as far as retaining moisture. It settles everything. It's just not so loose. But that's just me. That's what I like to do. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to dig out a base for my tomato plant. And he is extremely leggy, so I'm going to have to get just about to the bottom. Okay. Now, tomatoes need calcium. I have Tums here. You can use Tums or you can use eggs. An egg in the hole. I tried that last year and I had the best results from the plants that made it. However, the critters also liked the eggs in the hole. We had raccoons, possums, all sorts of animals digging up the tomato plants just to get to the egg. And the tomato plants were destroyed in the process. So this year I'm going to try Tums. But the main thing is you want some kind of calcium to prevent blossom end rot. And that's where your tomatoes just rot from the end on up, from the very end of the tomato. So we're going to put a few Tums down in here, wherever you decide you want your plant. I'm going to put 3. Okay. All right. Now this we have here, y'all, this transplant. This is a red solo cup. I have cabbage right on there, but this is an, let's see here, patio tomato. This is actually a dwarf tomato. Look at this. I mean, it is huge. I was trying to get it in the camera here. I mean, look at it. It's almost as tall as the urn. So I don't know how this is going to work, but we're going to try it. But he has got to go, y'all. He is, I mean, look at that. He's got to go. Now, this is April the 6th, so we'll see. Now, what I'm going to do is kind of pinch off the bottom leaf. And I'm actually going to pinch that one off as well. You can plant these vertically. And honestly, that's probably the best thing for him. But I'm scared about his stem. He's got a natural notch in the stem. He's been bent towards the light so long. He's grown that way now. So I don't know if there's any repairing trying to straighten him up. But we're just going to lightly turn him over here. And I'm going to kind of tap the bottom. Let's see what we got. Lord, at the roots. Look at the roots on this transplant. Guys, that's what you want to see. You want to see it covered in roots. Now, he was actually started in a little bath cup, then went to a styrofoam cup, and then to the red solo cup. So, if he made it through that, and he's done this well, I think we'll be okay. So now, I'm going to try to put him in here. I want him right on top of those Tums. Maybe a little bit of dirt in between. And we're going to start covering him up. Yeah, this is going to work great, I believe. As long as he has enough room. And you know what? If it's not enough room, if I have to come back and transplant him into the ground, I will. This is all an experiment. But I thought the plastic urn planters were just beautiful. I think they would, they're going to look great on the deck. So, hey, we're going to try it and see. All right, so I'm going to get a little bit more potting mix. We're going to go around this. Always add your fertilizer in. And we'll show you the finished product. Okay, guys, this is the Kellogg's I was telling you about. It's raised bed potting mix. Organic Plus. So this is what we're using, and I'm just going to get some more to put in here with our transplant. It's hard to believe this right here is actually a small tomato. We're going to give you a list of everything we're planting here soon. But this is supposed to have like cherry tomatoes on it, I believe. This variety. See this potting mix? I mean, it feels almost like sand. I mean, it's got a great loose quality. A lot of, and I've used every potting mix known to man. This one just feels good to me, and it bonds extremely well with clay if you have to mix a little dirt in, and I recommend you do. But this to me is the ultimate potting mix. So, all right. I can't wait to pan out and show you this tomato. Woo! He is happy. Oh me, oh my. All right. He's almost there. Okay, I think he's good. Okay guys, so here is one planter right here, and I did want to show you real quick, just putting in the drainage holes. We got our drill here. I've just put in one. It's going to have to be laterally or more this way, down, you know, more towards this way, because this planter actually locks. So, that's your bottom. So your drainage holes can't be there unless you go all the way through that main stem, but I don't think that would be enough. So we had to get on the side so that the water could drain out all the way around the planter here. So twist it in to lock it, and let's put in some drainage holes. I think these are beautiful. All right, guys, here we are. Here's our tomato plants. They look beautiful. These are large size urns, and you can see, I just watered them. See the water coming out the drainage holes? That's what you want. That is what you want. And hey, if you need to put these on a deck, this will not damage your deck, especially if you move them around, but they won't be sitting in water. The bottom's capped off. It's just great, especially if you live where you cannot plant in the ground. This right here is the ticket. If you do live, like me, where you can plant in the ground, then, hey, try this. Instead of, you know, so many potted flowers this year, try this. That's why I said in one of our earlier videos, do Dollar Tree stackable planters work? Try to plant for sustainability and for food instead of necessarily for just aesthetic reasons. Try to plant things that you can eat. A tomato plant will be beautiful in this pot just as much as a flower will be. That's just my opinion, and I know what I'll get out of this. I will have food to eat, and boy, I hope it's good food. I did water these, and I'm going to show you this right here. This is our last thing. This is Miracle Grow Quick Start Planting and Transplant Starting Solution. This is what I put on all my plants that are transplants. It definitely has fish emulsion in it. You can smell it. So I would be leery about putting that on my transplants inside. I'd wait till I got them outside in their little permanent homes. But guys, that's just beautiful, especially this azalea bush behind it. Hey, we are ready for planting season here at Harmon Homestead. It just started today. We'll see you next time.